cintura. Oh yeah, que seas mía toda la vida, solo eso quiero.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makodi, and you're welcome to the show. This is SPEEDy Sports, the long-awaited program. Tell everyone you know the wait is over. Of course, today we'll bring you all the highlights in sports. It's not just football, but so many other sports across the world. You know, sports is a team. It's a team affair. We don't do it alone. Not just me, not just any other person, but of course, as a team, it's always better. Even single sports athletes go alone. They have a coaching team, they have the health team, the medics, and the rest of them. So, my name is Terwase, Aya-mnger, and I'm not going to do this alone. With me in the studio here is
Benjamin Kuji.
Welcome to the show, Ben. Yeah, it's been a long time waiting, Benjamin.
Yeah.
We've been waiting a long time for this moment to come, and of course, through the gracious help and intercession of the king of radio himself, King James, we're on air today, finally.
We truly appreciate him.
We do.
Now
people have been asking, so tell everyone you know the wait is over, completely over. Right, today on SPEEDy Sports, we're talking about so many things, so many sports. Of course, you can be a part of this show. Join us on Facebook, askingradio.com/98.5 Speed FM. You join us. And along the line, probably we might open the lines if network allows us. So you'll be a part of the program. We're talking about sports legends and heroes today. Moments of our lives. Benny, I will ask you, do you have a legend in sport, a hero that when you think of sports, any sports, not just football, he or she comes to your mind?
Yeah. I have somebody that I truly respect when it comes to Nigerian sport.
Okay.
And I think that is Kanu Nwankwo.
Oh, Papilo himself.
Yeah, Papilo himself. Okay. Because not just what he has given to the country, but also what he what he has given to the country on the pitch alone.
Yeah. Okay.
But even off the pitch, what he has done for the country.
For humanity.
For humanity as well. Mm. So that's why I respect him.
A lot of people stand with Papilo when it comes to sports. Of course, anybody who has followed sports in Nigeria, whether football or other sports generally, will always know his name.
Yeah. And
in that his group, there's so many other people that were the same. Atlanta 96 started.
Yes, that's it.
And of course, they were just, let me say, guys watching when Westhoff came into football in Nigeria. There were some of the guys that he picked, and gradually with Bonfrejo, they attained that feat against unbelievable teams. But of course, we have other people in different sports that have made Nigeria proud.
Yeah, yeah.
There were those days that we had a lot of athletes coming from forces like the police. I think we had the likes of Julius Agawa, Chuma Jinwa, police officers, and Samuel Peters, who was an IBF champion at the same time. I don't know, he's disappeared. This should have been one of our legends.
He's still talking about coming back.
Oh, he wants to come back. So we're looking for a match with him and Anthony Joshua. Or with Bashali. The Bender Insurance man. You're listening to SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm Ted here with Ben Kuji. We're talking sports moments of your life. You can be a part of the program. Join us on Facebook, because along the line, we're going to give your posts a voice on this program, so you can join us. We're going to call the numbers out soon if you wish to join us on air to talk, but not yet. Well, we'll talk about that. So, Ben, we did some kind of a little workout today. We're not able to get those audios, but I will ask you from your feel of this, our generation and the older generation, when it comes to sports. Of course, you were a little bit disappointed with some of the people we met asking about legends in sports, and they were giving you names of guys who are active. We were talking about heroes. We even tried to give them a lead, but it was difficult for some of these young people, some in betting centers, some on the streets, to even call names of people beyond 2000. Yeah,
that is what has football has, the betting, or what we call betting now, has actually caused.
Yeah.
The younger generation, they don't even know their legends. They don't even know. They don't even know those people that have toiled, that put their blood on the line.
Yeah.
For
sports in the country to be where it is.
For where it is now, where to be now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. When we asked them, all of them were talking about the current players that are still playing active football. When we asked of their legends, they were still talking about the current players. So we'll go and see what it will come out as.
I was a little bit disappointed with one of the places we went. I saw some faces I expected I would have been a lot more matured to talk about legends in sports. And somebody was calling, like you say, somebody called Lukman. And that's okay. He's playing for Atalanta. That's in football anyway. He's a great player. He's been fingered to probably take over from Osimhen as the African best because of his performance for the club. Him and Boniface, who is there in Bundesliga. But then we mentioned the likes of JJ Okocha and Papilo, which you mentioned as one of your heroes. One of them said he was too young. But JJ, it's just been a couple of years back.
That is it.
That guy looked quite more mature than two of us. He said he was too young. So it's possible that some of the sports fans and lovers we encounter these days, especially football, are driven into it by the incentives that they get, especially maybe from stuff like betting and all those things. So they don't have a history of some of this.
And another thing I discovered is that most of our people here focus more on European football.
Yeah.
European football. And because for the last couple of years, our teams, the national team have not been performing so well
as expected.
So some people will tell you that I don't want to even watch their games.
That was the time we were world number 5.
Yes.
I think after US 94.
Yeah, we were actually doing and that time you are proud being in Nigeria.
Now we're struggling between 30, 31 if we're lucky, sometimes down to the 50s.
So that is one of the causes. So
you're listening to Speedy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and my name is Terwase. Aya-mnger. I'm here with
Benjamin Kuji.
Okay, so you can be a part of this program by letting us hear your voice through us. You can join us on Facebook, askingradio.com/98.5 Speed FM. Live from the Spice Center. This is going to continue. This is just the beginning of what we're doing here. You can join us live online when you call 080-8427-5464. If you call that line, of course, a lot of people know it already, but that's a hotline in the studio. You could be a part of this program. Do you have a legend in sports who has been your all-time best sports person, a Nigerian? We asked one young guy outside and he was talking about Saka, where I had to correct him. I said, yeah, Saka plays for Arsenal. He's an African, but he opted to play for the for the English national team. Yeah. So we're looking at Nigerians. We want to celebrate our own. And somebody mentioned a local player, former goalkeeper of Lobby Stars. Yeah, I was so impressed to get that. Saka, yeah, he was a captain, but off the pitch, he did a lot of good things with players by, going to trainings around the town, giving out boots and jerseys and all that. And for him, that was his hero.
Yeah. My name is Joshua. So my favorite player in Benin State, Lobby Stars. Attacker, the captain of Lobby. He's a goalkeeper and he did well. But for me, when we play at our field, AY Stars came there sometimes, dash 1 or 2 players both. So as for me, that's my play.
My name is Jerome Agbe, aka Uncle J. My favorite sportman in Nigeria is Kano Anko. He used to play when he was at Arsenal and SC Porto. I like him during his time. You know, Nigeria do a lot of mistake for not to give him their captain like that. You know, in football we love those guys that play well, that used to give support the youth world so that they will come up.
Okay, you heard him there. The recording conditions were not the very best because it was quite a noisy player with the generators outside and the ceiling fan, even though we tried to regulate it. But of course, if you hear that, he's talking about attacker, the Lobby Stars, former goalkeeper. And then the second person spoke about JJ and then Kanu Papilo, rather. Yeah. Papilo, yeah. I mean, talking about the same legend that you have identified. Yeah. You think we have not given enough prominence to Nigerian players who played in Nigeria? Like this guy rightly mentioned Lobby. It means he has been watching him around here. Yeah. Maybe in the stadium, because our games are not on television as they're supposed to be in the stadium, and then when he goes around clubs. I think that's a good way to go. Yeah,
I think Ataka have really, really done well for players even within the states, for young players to recognize him. Yeah. I think it's a nice one.
Okay.
It's a nice one because, like he rightly said, whenever they are training, he always comes around. Yeah. He gives them boots, give them jerseys, and that is what motivates
motivation
them.
For them to go. And we're having a lot of young players of maybe, let me say, from this state as well, who are going out there in other leagues, including the female. Of our female players, football players, playing in leagues outside of Africa now. We have some team girls as well who are playing outside of Africa now in some very recognizable leagues.
I think Accor signed for Sevilla of recent.
Okay, we have Francisca Odega also there. I think she went to the Saudi League. We have a couple of them.
Ando Yina.
Yeah, she's also good.
Yeah.
She's out there. We've had a couple of other male guys from clubs, local clubs. But that brings me to Lobby. That's the time we had a legend in the name of Dominic Yofa, who was there running affairs there. But that has, since he left, the club has been struggling. But that's discussion for another day. We'll see how we can also be supporters of our home team. Maybe here on this show, if they're willing to partner with us, we can do that. We can give them that. You're listening to Speedy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. My name is Ted, and I am with
Benjamin Kuji.
And we're looking at our legends, what our legends can do, what our legends have done, and what a country or other places, other bodies can do to recognize them and to, of course, remember those. Some are not with us any longer, very famous ones, especially in the world of football. So reach us on 08084275464, and you'll be live onto the studio, live from the Spice Center. There's a contact, there's a hotline in the studio that you can call us and reach us. Benny, talking about those who are no longer alive, the stories we heard about a legend like Rashidi Yekini, who scored Nigeria's first World Cup goal when he got into some level of depression and then he died. It's a couple of people like Godwin Enakena and Shegun Odegbami who have been trying to organize to even reach out to his mother and his family and then do some kind of memorial remembrance for him. But at least that's the little they can do in their own state. What do you think legends like that the country should do for them to remember?
I think Rashidi Yekini and a host of others of our legend that are not, because when they played football at that time, football wasn't
business
as lucrative as it is now.
It was patriotism.
Yeah, it was basically patriotism. Yeah. So what we have now, we have younger players that are actually making money, but these guys didn't make that kind of money, and they gave a lot to the country. They give a lot to the country. So what we are thinking now is that how would we help this family? Maybe the family, those that are not alive. There are a lot of things that we can do. We must not say the government. Even we ourselves, individuals, we can do things
corporate
like
organizations.
We can even recognize them on media, social media. When you go to, you see other countries, their legends. You see these reels and others on social media promoting these players. We can do things like that for our legends so that they will know, people will come to know them.
Or name some. I think Keshi has something named after him in Delta State, in Sabade. Some have in different places who might not know. But of course, you listening out there might know what has been named after any of our legends that you so cherished in the past, who kept sports alive in Nigeria until our generation to witness it. So get back to us, call our hotlines, and have your voice heard on Speed FM 98.5 here in Makodi. 080-8427-5464 is the line. When you call, you get to us. Network might be tricky, but keep trying. Of course, you get to us live and your voice will be heard. Is there a legend in Nigerian sports that you can remember, one that you can talk about the good things he or she did in sports to keep sports alive till now?
Okay, my all-time personality football in Nigeria, players in Nigeria, I will be talking to people like Christian Chukwu, Emmanuel Okala, Egidi Babuchi, Christian Mado, Emmanuel Godwin Odie, and Stephen Keshi. Amongst them, my favorite players is Stephen Keshi because of the styles of play. The free kick that he used to take. The commentator Enes Okonkwo, who we just mentioned, that Stephen Keshi on the post of taking the free kick. He knows how to take the free kick. Beside that, I have people like Moses Bako, who played for BCC Lions, the former BCC Lions of Boko. He used to call goal from this free kick.
Yeah, that's another input there. Of course, that's an elder statesman that's speaking. He's more elaborate on the attributes of the late Keshi. He used to call him the big boss. Of course, he went as high as coaching teams in Africa and the Super Eagles, and he had a great impact on that national team when he was there. He passed on, so still rest in peace. And of course, the elder there was specific about free kicks.
Yeah, he actually mentioned one of our own.
Yeah.
Moses Bako.
Bako, yeah.
He was so good at that.
Yes.
And he was also a man marker.
Yeah.
Whenever you tell him to mark somebody, you're not going in nowhere.
Directives that could come from the likes of Mourinho.
Yeah.
Tell you to take out this person.
So those legends are people that we cannot forget them. We cannot forget them in a hurry.
Sure. Okay, so we're listening to voices on the streets. We call it Alamasha Godobi. People expressing their views about the legends in sports, especially Nigerians. We're talking about Nigerians. We're starting from home. As time goes on, in subsequent shows, we might expand this to talk about legends in other places and in other sports. But, Benny, I'm thinking we used to have a...
Hello?
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening, sir. I'm Godwin from Yakio.
Okay, Godwin from Yakio.
My legend, we can't be talking about legend, we're talking about only football. So,
yes.
For me, I'm talking about the athletes.
Okay.
We have different brothers who are very good in athletics too.
Okay, who are they?
Luka, who is tennis.
Okay, tennis, what's the name?
I said Godwin Mikumbo from Yakio.
Okay, Godwin, yeah, I want to hear the names of the athletes you are calling in other sports. You're talking about people
who
are...
Yes, I heard Denison. About like 100 meters distance.
Okay, Denison.
Okay.
Runner.
Okay.
And then we have Luka, a tennis who played tennis a long time.
Okay.
In the 80s.
Okay, in the 80s.
Yes,
okay.
it's Luka, yeah.
Okay.
So these are the legends of Nigeria.
Okay.
Of Nigeria.
Okay. Thank you so much, Godwin.
Yeah, thank you.
Godwin from Yakio.
Yes, Godwin, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, he has gone to other sports, and I like that. Because in the likes of tennis, ping pong, we had the likes of Haruna Kadiri in Lagos, who represented Nigeria and Africa, went to the Olympics, was a winner back-to-back over time. I think he has retired and sometime last...
He has not retired, still active.
He's still active.
Very active,
Okay.
Yeah.
And he organizes coaching clinics for young, for kids in Lagos.
Yeah.
During the summer. We don't have summer in Nigeria, but let me say during the, the June to August holidays, brings them in to learn from him. And Lagos State has embarked on that to develop young athletes from that perspective. And that's something that we can encourage around here too.
Especially in athletics.
Yeah.
Athletics, you need people that have been there.
Yeah.
To actually
to transfer that knowledge.
That knowledge.
Yeah.
Like when there was a time, our relay team, I think it was in the Olympics, where the change of baton caused a problem for us. If you have those people that are experienced in that, they can coach them, they coach them very, very well.
Yeah.
So that is why we are missing our legend. Our legends are
should
supposed
be
to be engaged, seriously engaged. I think we have to go back to the drawing board. If not, we would keep talking like, even from our discussion here, you see it's always football. I like the dimension that Godwin brought in. He's able to recognize other legends and heroes in other sports. Of course, that is a good one. That is a way one. We're trying to get that when we went out, but unfortunately, nobody.
Someone attempted to talk about was it basketball? He didn't know what actually he was saying, so we couldn't use that. But of course, you're still listening to Speedy Sports on 98.5 Speed FM Makodi. My name is Ted. I am not alone here. I am with
Benjamin Kuji.
Okay, so you could actually join us also on Facebook. Put your comments there. Even after the program, at least we'll get you engaged, and probably we can find something from you that is worth talking about in the subsequent bulletins that will be coming up on the show. So, Benny, we have lost. We just mentioned Yakini and Kishi, but we also lost another coach in Amadou Shaibu, a very committed Nigerian. An athlete will not succeed or do well if the coach or the crew is not there.
Yeah.
That was another very heavy name in. Let's say Nigerian football. Football is like a leading thing. Everywhere we went to, as people were trying to drag into football. But I'm very sure along the line, as this program matures, we are going to get people to talk about other sports, which is what we intend to do.
Yeah.
It's an all-round sports theme. We're not limiting this to football because this is a station that enlightens you and educates you as well. So reach us if you can. You can call our numbers. Of course, our studio lines, our hotlines, our lines are open. The network is good. But as we try to wind down to the end of the show, Benny, I want to ask you, you mentioned your special person in Papilo.
Yeah.
You mentioned something very touching there, reaching out to humanity outside of sports. Do you have any other person among these legends, this group, that has ever attempted to do that? Or will you encourage them to do more?
Yeah, I think some of them, especially those that just stop playing or in a way, those recent ones.
Yeah.
The older generation of legend.
Yeah.
They went into sport without anything.
Some had no investments.
Yeah, like the other ones, like the Kanu, the JJ Okocha, and Agahowa, and
that group.
Ayegbeni, those group. Yeah. At least they made a little money. So I would have wanted them to come back home
to give back to society.
Give back to the society, not just giving back to the society. They should try to improve on that particular field which we got to know about them.
Yeah.
Because if you look at our football right now, the whole of Nigeria we had to go and get a coach from.
Okay, from Mali, right? I didn't laugh at him. I just laughed at the situation. But
he will be good. I believe that he would deliver.
But then why we got from Mali, other countries are taking us to go and coach them to salvage their situations. Those that we did not consider. And those are also legends as well.
I think they can do better than what they are doing right now. I think so.
This is Speedy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, the program that will be your way almost every day of the week. But we'll give you that information with time. We have a segment called Speedy Sports Troll. We're going to explain it to you. Of course, if you come at a token, but you could call in or you have us record you. You give a troll against or for or with a fan or a rival of a club that, of course, update yesterday, Benny, Liverpool were ousted from the FA Cup. So if you're a supporter of Manchester United or Arsenal, you could throw a Liverpool fan by even calling him live on the show, or you record a WhatsApp message and send us. We're going to give you those details in subsequent bulletins, or you have us record you, and then you give a troll to that team, the supporter of the other team that went down. Of course, a lot of results came. We were not able to give you those updates today, but of course, we promise they will all come your way. You can troll that person and say some, not nasty things, but of course, fans. I was at a viewing center when I watched a game between two rival teams in one of the leagues in Europe, and they sat at opposite side, two sides of the hall.
Yeah.
And these guys came with whistles, these ones came with gongs, and then they all had the public addresses with their microphones. You couldn't hear anything that the commentator was saying. The game ended in a draw. After the first two goals, the first team was leading. The other side went silent. But when the game ended, the side that equalized came back from behind, where they was trolling the guys that were taking the lead, that no matter how it is, they could, those kind of trolls will be welcome here on Speedy Sports. Of course, we'll give you the opportunity to have your voice heard.
And I want to let our audience also prepare. It's going to be a bumper ride.
Sure.
Speedy Sport is going to be hot.
Definitely.
And the speed, like we say, catch us if you can.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very, very wonderful and very, very interesting. Sure. So get ready. You can troll any fan, any club, any sport,
any manager, any
league of your choice.
Sure.
Today we will not be bringing that, but subsequently, you can do that, and you can reach out to us, and we will help you to do all that.
Sure. So, Benny, your final words. Let's pack our luggage and leave the studio.
My final words is. Asking radio fans, get ready for Speedy Sport. It's going to be a sweet one.
Thank you, everyone, for being out there. For those who listen to us, for Godwin, who was able to get through to call, and thanks to, of course, the king of radio himself, King James, and the entire crew of Asking Radio for making this platform possible. Keep a date with us. Tomorrow and subsequent days, we'll tell you how the bulletin will run. It's been Speedy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. My name is Terwase Aya-mnger. Thank you for staying with us. Keep listening. More music will come your way.
Oh, yeah.